Hello, is this Sensor Game been here with a new stream? And this stream I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. But yeah, starting off, the main new addition this time will be the Junk Energy Skydives here. You can complete them for this week for a free Junk Energy shoot bag and then bonus GTA money. From what I saw on the news wire, it looks like the bonus money might be like a 150,000 if you do like all 10 for a day or something. So that might be the amount, like 150,000. Look for parachute bags on rooftops and on Junk Energy branded cabins and kiosks, apparently. But yeah, to me it sounds like the parachuting things they did in like the single player, where there was like the parachutes and then there was like the helicopters and whatnot. Reminds me of just like story mode, kind of like Skydives. There's also new set of subscription stuff going on right now. You apparently get like a complimentary like terabyte on there, which is pretty decent. Lets you do like a bunch of business stuff on the go, which is quite nice. Also has those unique like client jobs. Speaking of client jobs, I believe there's a 2 times money RP on them for the subscription in particular. Not for everybody, but just for the subscription. There's 2 times on that, I believe. But you can do business stuff, and then the client jobs, those pay like 30,000 normally. So on double, that should be like 60,000. So you can make some pretty okay money from the client jobs, especially on 2 times for the subscription. Nightclub goods storage. There's some storage that can be obtained for free for the nightclub. Definitely very nice. Given the nightclub, I would say, is one of the top couple to few investments in the entire game, I would definitely say. So cannot go wrong with the storage there. One of the best couple investments in the game, if done correctly. And by done correctly, I mean you have to have like some of the other businesses and make it useful. Because the nightclub is more of an end game business. But if you have like the other stuff where it's definitely one of the better things. Lighting rig, just a cosmetic thing there. And I'll go into other stuff later when going into the game. And then there's a free orange tech demon mask for a login reward for the week at least. And then there will be other like things throughout the month, obviously, for October, like Halloween kind of stuff and whatnot. And then benefit section doesn't really have much of anything else too much, aside for like one thing I think this time. That was already basically went over, and that too. This was from last week, so only other thing here would be 2 times money in RP on Turf Wars on the what's new section. And yeah, like the typical adversary mode, it's not going to be the most worth your time, so probably one I would not recommend unless you want to play this mode. Because the mode will, I believe, be going away actually once the month of November hits. Actually, this event might have started in September. So once this event ends, Turf Wars might be gone for a while again. That's something they do, is they bring back some adversary modes and then they vault them for some reason. That's the kind of thing they do anymore. So it's a super limited time mode. It's maybe something worth playing, kind of. But money-wise, it's not going to be useful. It's more of a mode of fun. But now to go into the game here. And I'll talk about the rest of this stuff as I play. Since they don't bother put much of it in their benefits in their what's new section anymore. So I feel even a Reddit, like, benefit section has more stuff in it than EduK stuff, when it comes to the new stuff, at least. Because there's only put, like, 3 things in there, and, like, 2 of them were already on, like, the main menu. So that's what the what's new section, what's the point of it much anymore? Oh, and yeah, if it wasn't obvious in the new vehicle edition, because like I said, the main edition this time is the Skydives. And yeah, here's what the Skydives look like on the map. Sounds like there's 10 of them every single day. It seems they cycle out like every real life day. So every real life day you get like 10 of the possible different locations for junk energy Skydives. I'm pretty sure there's more than 10 in the entire game, obviously. I just think you can only do like 10 a day, basically, if that makes sense. Kind of similar to like some of the like daily collectibles in the game. So in a sense, it should be kind of similar to some of these daily collectibles where they like rotate every real life day. Okay, there's that orange tech demon. Is it just me, or did they make it where you can actually obtain the clothing in like a property now? Because I thought usually you have to like go out on the property and get the clothing. Maybe they changed something with that, I don't know. Yeah, I'll definitely be sure to be doing these junk energy things later on. Just won't be doing it right now. I was thinking maybe more towards the end of the stream. But yeah, regular time trial for the week right now is Great Ocean Highway. So it starts here and then goes to whatever the Great Ocean Highway is, I suppose. So I guess it's named after like the end point of the time trial. Our time of 2 minutes, 4 seconds, and 90 milliseconds, it looks like. And then, yeah. As per usual, my main recommendations would have to be either a motorcycle or a supercar. On 9th gen, you would obviously want to use the HS. Okay. I hit something there, but yeah. On 9th gen, you'll obviously want to use the HSW vehicle, like the HSW Hawktail Drag, or like the HSW Weaponized Ignis for like a lap time supercar. HSW Devastate, I believe, is like the top speed supercar. And then HSW Cyclone 2 is like acceleration, where if you like lose your speed, you can regain like maximum speed real quick. But I think Cyclone 2 suffers a lot in top speed. So I would mainly either choose the Weaponized Ignis or Devastate 8. And being called Great Ocean Highway, maybe this time around it would be a good recommendation to have some focus on top speed. So maybe HSW Devastate for a supercar on the 9th gen. And yeah, for 8th gen, the Western Reaver, I'm pretty sure it's called, from the contract update, should still be a very good motorcycle for top speed as far as I understand. So Western Reaver probably for 8th gen, I would say. And then there's like the Body 801, which is like a $15,000 motorcycle, and that's actually pretty good performance still, even at the price point. Yeah, I think Body 801's like top 5 lap time and top speed or something within, so Body 801 could still be pretty good. Regular Hawktail Drag, in a sense, could be kind of good in some cases, depending on the time trial. And yeah, like Nagasaki Shotaro. The Manchester Scout is like one of the better top speed options as well, similar to like the Western Reaver, again, like another 8th gen option. Where the good options aren't like as obvious as like the HSW and like 9th gen. And yes, supercars for 8th gen. I believe the Benefactor Krieger, the Progen Emirates, those are two still very good supercars from what I remember. From what I've heard, the new LM87, from what I've heard from Roughly 132, I believe the new LM87 from Colonel Enterprises appears to be pretty good for 8th gen. Yeah, I think those are more for lap time, but for top speed, if I remember right, top speed for 8th gen would kind of go to the P-Pister 811. P-Pister 811, I think, is at like number 1 top speed for 8th gen. Then I think the regular Devastate is like number 2 top speed supercar, and then like Banshee 900R, like the Benny's upgrade to the Banshee, is like the number 3 top speed for superclass, if I remember correctly, from like roughly 132 spreadsheet. So there should be some good supercar options for 8th gen, where the vehicle choices aren't necessarily as obvious. RC Bandito time trial this time around. There's the thumbnail. I think internet's been kind of ass right now, but yeah. Cemeteries, RC Bandito time trial. And the main thing with RC Bandito time trials is you just gotta know how to like corner on them and whatnot. So I would recommend more of like a video guide or something on it, given you can only use one vehicle. And the strategies and stuff can change for every time trial. I just don't go into huge details with them because they're not really that impressive anymore in my opinion, since you only use one vehicle. It's kind of pretty boring in my opinion anymore. So if I do the time trials later, I'm not going to be doing RC Bandito. I'm not that big on them anymore. HSW time trial this time around is for Textile City. Going from here to like Stab City, apparently here. So Textile City starting point, Stab City for the end point. And yeah, part-time is dependent on your HSW vehicle of choice, so any vehicle really should be kind of pretty fun for HSW time trial, given it's dependent on the vehicle. Me personally, I'm going to be using a Vigoro ZX. I'll be doing a Vigoro ZX run on it when I do those time trials later on, like I usually tend to do. Premium race this time around is for the supercar class. Doesn't show what the like courses though, unfortunately. It used to on the pause menu, I believe, like a few updates ago, but doesn't anymore. But yeah, it does not do that anymore. So you'll have to like get a look on the premium race thing. But yeah. Trying to think. I already gave really good supercar like names and stuff, so no, nothing really extra to mention there. But yeah, time to show off like the podium vehicle and whatnot. Podium vehicle, I believe right now is the Uber Mach SC1 from what I saw on the newswire.
A new luxury car is available to win.
The Uber Mach SC1 is a supercar. If I remember correctly, it's not actually that good performance-wise though. So performance-wise, it's kinda ass from what I remember. So I don't think it's really one that's too worth spinning for per se, if that's your main reason for spinning the wheel. And then I'll do my one wheel spin for the week, because I only really played it one day per like week, basically, for the most part. Not gonna lie. Buy 25,000 chips, I'll probably take it whenever I possibly go for all the casino clothing. I don't know, I don't really think I'm gonna collect all the clothing anymore since Calprico got nerfed the hell now. If Calprico was still just as good as before, maybe I would have eventually got it, but nah. Probably never gonna go for it with that anymore then. I don't feel like grinding for stupid clothing. Yeah, I pretty much have all the like vehicles and stuff I want in this game. That should be on a legendary. What a preview had some discounts. Alright, it's from the Doomsday Heist where the update appeared in. But yeah. By getting the vehicle, you'll be saving at least $1,603,000. Plus maybe an extra like $20,000 to $30,000 if there's a livery on it. But yeah, if there's not a livery, then this is basically the exact savings you should be getting. And I'll have a little look at Bruffy 1322's like spreadsheet to see the performance of the vehicle. But yeah, apparently at best the SC1 for the supercar class is a E tier supercar. E tier would be pretty bad, and that's at least the 44th place lap time and 45th place top speed. So yeah, you're not going to be getting any good performance from this vehicle. It's definitely below average. It's pretty below average for both lap time and top speed, so performance-wise, avoid the vehicle. Cool. Okay, email in from Junk Energy here. Do you like junk? Do you like extreme sports? Do you like pushing the premiums of your health insurance to the absolute edge? We're looking for daredevils to take part in Junk Energy Skydives. So simple, anyone can do it. Just parachute to the checkpoints and hit the drop zone. If you're still conscious, you'll receive some cold hard cash. Interested to test your nerve today. No experience necessary. Go further than you ever should with junk energy. But yeah, little introduction there to the Skydives. Kind of nice touch to have email thing there, that's pretty cool. Definitely gives it that little bit of immersion. Makes it definitely a little more merciful or whatever. Like I said, immersion gives the game a bit more immersion with that, whatever the hell. Now to go over to test track and on at the car meet. Again, keep in mind no new vehicle conditions. I won't be customizing the vehicle today. Okay, what's with the fucking orange circle still on there? What the fuck? Okay, really right now? Come on. Okay, there it goes. I'll start off here with the test rides this time around. Going left from right. Okay, so there's the Debauche GUB 700. I thought it was a weaponized one, to be honest, from when I saw on the news wire, but I guess it's a decommissioned version, the like boring like day one version. Jester Classic, and then ZR350, which this one's like one of those like 17 or like 19 tuners, and I think with the two new ones, kind of, from last event. Alright, yeah. Honestly, I thought this was a weaponized one, but I guess it's just a regular decommissioned one, yeah. Definitely that price point, definitely is. And yeah, I think for the most part I'm mainly only going to cover too much of it's on a discount. I don't believe it is, though. It's mostly aircraft this time around on discount. It's like a couple exceptions, but yeah, for the most part, the discounts this time are aircraft. See, this is not on discount. But yeah, regular JP700 for some reason. Not sure why, but pretty interesting seeing a day one vehicle on the test track this time around. Pretty old vehicle this time. This one here is actually on discount, dude. I think a Jester Classic. Another Sport Classic, just like the JV700 here. Both are in the Sport Classic class. But yeah, Jester Classic, that's from like the After Hours updates. That was like a mid, like 2018 release. It's basically the Jester from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. So anyone familiar with like the San Andreas rendition of the Jester, that's basically it, but for Grand Theft Auto Online. It's pretty cool. I think I heard there's been like a glitch in the game now or something that apparently makes it one of the fastest vehicles in the game as of like the latest update or something, with like something they did to fix, like, I don't know, I think they messed with like the tuners again, and somehow like some of the advanced handling flags or something got changed, and it might be one of like the fastest vehicles if used correctly or something. But yeah, I think it's a glitch or like an issue on like Rockstar's end or something, so I don't expect it to stay around, so that would probably get fixed in like the next DLC or something. So I wouldn't buy it for that. If there is, I guess, a big thing with the Jester Classic right now. I think I heard there is. But yeah, otherwise, it's a mainly like nostalgic vehicle from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. But I'll have a little look at the like spreadsheet from Murphy 1322 for that performance. Or actually, I think this one's actually a sport car here. It's not one of the like classic like sport cars that are classed as a sport classic. This one's in the sport classic class. Sport class, I mean. Alright, yeah. think a Jester Classic is in the sport class. And it's in the E tier, at least for the sport class, so E tier again, that would be pretty bad. And that makes it 57th place, at least for lap time, and then 35th place, at least for top speed. So speed glitches, like speed issues into account, that might make it a fast vehicle. Aside for that, it's not really going to be good performance-wise. So again, it's mainly a retro vehicle from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And then the Ennis is the R350. I do not believe this one's on discount though, similar to the JV700. But it is one of those like tuner vehicles, so you can use it for like the robbery contracts, you can use it for like street and like pursuit races. So a lot of like different tuner like stuff you can use it for. If you can put louvers on the vehicle, then it can definitely be a pretty okay choice for like the robbery contracts. Those like robbery things you do for like KDJ and Santa and like the auto shop. Those like robbery contracts could perhaps be pretty good for that. But I don't recall it being like good for street races or pursuit races. I think at best it would be like average in the tuner subclass, not one necessarily worth using for the street and pursuit races. I think like the best lap time option would go to like this with an RS Classic, and then I think the best top speed is I think the Jester RR. So it's not one of the better ones here, so I would kind of pass on it performance-wise though. But just like the Jester Classic, it is a very like retro, like nostalgic vehicle in the game as it returns from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It was like the vehicle that CJ used in like one of those like countryside races. So it's a pretty iconic vehicle from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Besides for that, I would say it's kind of a pass though. I don't necessarily feel it's too worth one of your 10 slots for the auto shop performance-wise. Prize right this time around goes to the Pegasi Inversion Classic. And to win it, it involves the Street Race Series. And you have to place top 2 for 3 days in a row. Pretty easy challenge aside for the days in a row thing. The days in a row thing is the only slightly hard part, pretty much. And that's because the street races have a minimal of 2 players. So what you can do is if you have like a friend that you play with, what you can do is if you have like a friend you can play with, just invite like the one friend and then you should start up the race. So you don't need any more than 2 players, so that makes it very easy of a challenge. So again, the only hard part is remembering to do it for 3 days in a row. And yeah, this would definitely be in the Sport Classic class. It's one of those classic vehicles that are in the Sport Classic class. But yeah, the Infernus Classic is at least a B tier for the Sport Classic class, according to roughly 132 spreadsheet. And that makes it at least 8th place at lap time, and then at least like 14th place top speed. So it's kind of outclassed now, unfortunately, when it comes to like top speed. Being out at top 10 now, I don't really think it's not worth it for top speed. But you're still within the top 10 for lap time, though, and lap time is what you need for most races. Most races on the ground definitely would have better preference towards lap time, I would say, than top speed, so it's still a somewhat worthwhile option here. So I would say it's kind of worth going for. Cannot go wrong with it, I would say. Oh yeah, forgot about HSW here. But yeah, HSW test ride this time around is the Grotti Brioso RA. And yeah, I'm very certain it's the only compact in the game that has an HSW upgrade, so that alone I feel makes it pretty worthwhile of a pickup. For the most part, you cannot go wrong with really any HSW vehicle though, I would say. But it's the only one in the compact class, I'm pretty sure, so that makes it a bit more worth it than some of the other ones, I would say. It's definitely one to consider there. Pony had a discount for the Jesser Classic. That Jesser Classic from earlier is 40% off. So yeah, the Jesser Classic from earlier, that's 40% off. And between the different showrooms, it looks like it's the only vehicle on discount, because like I mentioned earlier, it's actually mainly aircraft this time around on discount. So mainly air vehicles this time around on a discount. But I'll still show what's on like the luxury autos and the premium deluxe and whatnot. But yeah, it is the Pegasus and Porno, and then the Dinka Jesser RR. Both of which are kind of interesting options, actually. But yeah, the Pegasus and Porno has a livery on it there. I'll get into that a little bit, and then the Dinka Jesser RR, that's another one of those like 17, like 19 tuner vehicles in the game. Kinda 19 as in the last event that provided us 2 new coupes. But yeah, Pegasus and Porno, some kind of livery on it, but yeah. The interesting thing about the Zentorno is that they actually added new like customizations, and then they also added like new livery support as of the Criminal Enterprises update. So yeah, this vehicle actually did not have livery support. I'm pretty certain on that until the latest Criminal Enterprise DLC from like July was when they first released it. Like the end of July, I believe, was when they first released that or something. So yeah, just recently got that livery support within the last couple months, so if If you haven't owned a vehicle in a while and you considered getting it again, definitely check it out again, I would say. And yeah, it will be $751,220 because you have to purchase like delivery and stuff as well. And the other one, apparently, well, let me see the name. Maybe let me try going over here, see if that fixes it somehow. Okay, no, it's not gonna let me see it from here, but yeah. As I showed earlier, Dink Adjuster RR. That's the tuner jester in the game. That's the jester that's classified as a tuner in this tuner subclass for like the robbery contracts, the street races, pursuit races, all that other kind of like tuner, like all that kind of tuner content in the game. But yeah, this one's actually a kind of pretty good choice here, actually, because actually the #1 top speed from what I last remember hearing about in the tuner subclass. So that means it will be the best tuner apparently when it comes to like a highway situation. So like if you're in like a straight line on like a highway or something, it's kind of the best tuner in that regard for top speed. But yeah, for the most part in a race, like I mentioned earlier, you mainly want a lap time now, so it's very situational how useful that top speed will be. I think this vehicle can actually have like louvers on the back of it, so I think it will actually be a pretty solid option though for the robbery contracts. And yes, on the robbery contracts, you probably have to go a long way with your tuner and whatnot, so you'll probably be on like the highways at times. So I think this one's definitely a good one for robbery contracts, though. I will say that much at least. Let's say that one's a pretty good pick up there for the robbery contracts alone. And yeah, Send Porno, by the way, you can actually just check deliveries and stuff in the story mode. I actually didn't mention that yet, but if you want to check deliveries and customizations on Send Porno, you can literally just do that in the story mode. They actually added them over there as well for the new customizations and deliveries. The only thing I think that didn't make it the story mode would be the Sterling GT's like HSW upgrade when it comes to those like existing vehicles that got like new customizations. Because all the vehicles that got that new support were actually ones that were already in like story mode and whatnot. So yeah, you can actually preview those customizations and like liveries over in story mode before you want to actually purchase it online. So that was like DLC back in 2014, back when they actually cared to do that kind of stuff. Like putting this stuff in the story mode. And yeah, I don't think there's anything on discount here, by the way. So anything here should be on its full price. But yeah, anything here should definitely be on the full price. Starting off here apparently is a Benefactor Depsta. Benefactor Depsta here. Sorry, my throat's kind of dying right now. God fucking damn it. But yeah, the Benefactor Depsta painted a classic blue. But yeah, it's painted in a classic blue. And And as it's not normally available for purchase, the price of it will be $70,000. So if you want to purchase a dubstep here, it's $70,000 for those interested, considering it doesn't have a website on it, so it's not normally available for purchase. So it is a kind of rare vehicle, given you cannot purchase it normally. So if you want to kind of get more like exclusive-ish vehicle that you normally have to find on the streets, it could be something worth picking up. I believe they did a dubstep before on here, but I think it had like the black window tint on it. But yeah, I think there's like an exclusive window tint on one of the versions of the dubstep. This is the more traditional version of the dubstep as far as I understand. So this one's probably not as rare as the other dubstep they did on here. I think when they did the first set of vehicles on the showroom, it was available as the one with all the different window tint and stuff. So it probably wouldn't be as rare as that, but nevertheless could be a kind of semi-rare vehicle. Oh. Why doesn't the Greenwood have a website, Elon? What the fuck? I know you can purchase Greenwood normally, obviously, so don't be tricked by that or anything. But yeah. Vapid Greenwood, pretty interesting vehicle. It's actually in a mining tech vehicle, so you can actually take it into your agency office. You could take it into your agency, and then you can use the vehicle workshop there, and then you can put armor plating. You can do the remote lock-on jammer, and you can do the remote control unit, and so a lock-on jammer. You can choose one of those two. You cannot put machine guns on it though, since it's one of the newer mining tech vehicles, and then it doesn't have the bullet-resistant glass apparently. And then I think you can put silic mines on it still, with the contract ones. But it might be the worst mining tech vehicle, apparently, from what I hear. Explosive resistance might not be as good as ones in the contract update as well, so it might even have less explosive resistance. But yeah, from what I've heard, it apparently does not have bullet resistant glass. And yeah. There's also another muscle car that also has a mining tech that's known as the Buffalo STX. The Buffalo STX is more of a sportier muscle car, so you're getting better performance out of that one and everything. So in terms of a mining tech vehicle, this is actually the most useless one. So I would kind of avoid it unless you want to get all of the mining tech vehicles. If you want all of the mining tech vehicles, which I do recommend because it's armored and whatnot, then yeah. But yeah, you can armor it and whatnot. And even if you don't put the armor plate in, I think you get a little bit of armor resistance, but I think you can double the initial armor resistance if you put the armor plate on. And yeah. Something I didn't mention yet is the Greenwood is another one of those San Andreas vehicles that returns into Grand Theft Auto Online with the latest update. So the Greenwood originally appeared in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It was Sweet's vehicle back in San Andreas. So it was a very significant vehicle in this San Andreas game. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is one of the most significant vehicles in that game, given how much you have to use in the story and whatnot. So it's a pretty cool flashback vehicle from San Andreas. So even though it is the worst mining tech vehicle, I highly recommend it regardless. Favorite Moxino SX. Okay, it looks like it's just a regular one. But yeah. And again, I think this is kind of similar to the Zentorno, where I think they actually added like new like customizations and then like livery support and whatnot when they did the Criminal Enterprise update. And then when the 9th gen version came out, they actually gave it an HSW upgrade as well, so you can actually convert it over to HSW vehicle if you want like way better like top speed and acceleration and that kind of stuff. So it can be turned to HSW, and it got like added like customizations and livery support in the latest update as well. And yeah, I think it's the only coupe that can be turned into a HSW vehicle. But yeah, it's definitely the only coupe I believe you can turn into HSW. So I say it's one of the better, like, I feel it's one of the more, like, exclusive HSW vehicles, given it's the only one of its class. And then, Vado Yuga Classic. Vado Yuga Classic. It is a van. You're not really going to be doing races with vans, so it's probably not that worth it for racing. And then you can actually turn it over to like a Yuga Classic 4x4. But yeah, it's in Benny's here, so you can also turn it to a conversion as well here. But you're getting the stock one clearly. But you do have the option to turn it to a very customizable Benny's vehicle, which is definitely nice. And then the Vapid Retinue Mark II, that one is actually in the Sport Classic class, I believe here. And I think it's kind of good performance for the Sport Classic class. I'm not going to go too much in performance, given it's not on a discount. Since it's not on discount, I don't feel like talking about it too much on like performance though. Alright, yeah. Retinue Mark II. Yeah, it's kind of still a pretty good performance actually for the Sport Classic class, within like top like 10. So within like top 10 in places and stuff. So it can be kind of good performance here. But again, Benefactor Dubsted, I was in like a classic blue. I didn't mention the other 4 vehicles yet, but like the color descriptions and stuff on like the newswire. But yeah, a classic ice white Bravado Greenwood wrapped in a classic full stripes livery. That's the livery on it. The Ubermax Sentinel equipped with the latest customization options, complete with the CNT livery and a matte black paint job. That's the look on that. The Bravado Yuga Classic, painted classic midnight silver with a source up livery. Definitely gives that like mystery machine kind of vibe from like Scooby-Doo and shit. That's pretty cool. And then there's the classic olive green version of the Vapid Retinue Mark II. Complete with the Vapid Classic livery. So yeah, that's the livery on it. Got test drive the Depsa here. Might as well just to kind of test drive something for a minute or two. So I'm actually like using like Simeon dealership for what it's meant for, kind of. But yeah, obviously you're not going to get good performance from this, given it's like a day one vehicle in the game. I'm not going to go too much into that, given it's non-discount. But honestly, the best performance there would probably go to the like Ready Mark II, I assume, for the. But yeah, the Ready Mark II would probably be the best performance between like a few different vehicles. If for some reason you wanted to pick something up over there, which I don't really recommend, given none of this stuff is on discount. Unless you want the Dubstayer, because it's not normally available for purchase, apparently. Doesn't say that actually on like the. Doesn't say that actually on the newswire, but given the other Dubstayer was not available for purchase, I'm willing to bet that this one's not normally available for purchase for the Dubstayer. Yeah. Greenwood again, that's an Amani Tech vehicle, so that one can be kind of pretty worth it. This one can be turned to house like HSW. But again, this one can be a house like HSW vehicle on the 9th Inversion for that better top speed acceleration. And then Criminal Enterprises added new customization and delivery support. And then yeah, the Yuga here, Yuga Classic can be turned to Yuga Classic 4x4 from Benny's. So I'd say these three might be kind of highlights. I would say this time around. Kind of this one. And this one's probably kind of the most like uninteresting one of the bunch this time, I would say. And yeah, I think I need to go over money opportunities, discounts, and on like the subscription stuff. Oh yeah, I want to show off the mask here actually, so I'll do that right now, I guess.
Let me know if you need help.
Oh, and wait, it's a mask, so I might need to show it off at the mask shop. Or it might even be an inventory here as well as a possibility. So now you can change mask through the interaction menu. Oh yeah, here it is, okay. But yeah, I wish I remembered that sooner, but yeah. Orange Tech Demon, that's the look of the mask here for the login reward for the event week. Definitely a pretty cool one, I would say. So I go back to Simeon's because that's what I wanted to be. Then I don't know why I went to the clothing store for a mask there. That was kind of a new moment there. turf wars. I already talked about turf wars. But yeah. Going over another money opportunity here has to do with the hangar here. And yeah, that will be 2 times money in RP on smuggler cell missions. So the hangar business is on 2 times money in RP. And yeah, hangar normally is honestly kind of one of the worst businesses of the game. So 2 times definitely makes it more like actually worth the time. But yeah, the strategy for the hangar, for your 50 crates, you honestly want to do like 1 type for your 50 crates, because the way it works, I think, is if you like get a certain amount of the like same cargo, it actually gives you like extra money. So it's inefficient. So it's inefficient to get like multiple different things of cargo. You want to stick to 1 type. And I think it needs to be one of the ones on like the top left, so it has to be like the first 3 and like the top left. I think those have the most like amounts in terms of bonus money or something. So that's like narcotics. I think narcotics, medical supplies, and then there's one other one I think has like the most like bonus like money you get for sticking to the 1 cargo type basically. So don't bother with any of the other like 5 like cargo, just stick to like 1 type and that gives like the most like bonuses. I think at like 25 you get like extra value, and then I think when you get like all 50 of like one of those 3 types you get like the most like bonus value again. That's how it works apparently. But yeah, it's not a very good solo friendly business I feel, because you have to go for like all of like 1 like type of cargo to get the most value out of the hangar. It's not very solo friendly for that reason. So I definitely say it's more of a group. I feel it's more of like a group play kind of business, otherwise it's not that good. Because if you're just solo, you're just going to get 1 crate at a time. If you have like 2 people in MC or like CO, you get 2 crates, 3 for free, and then 4 for 4. 5 through 8 also gets you 4 cargo if you're in an MC. That allows for more than 4. But yeah, most at one time, I believe you get 4 crates per like source mission. So even if you have like a lot of people, and that's at most like 12 different like source missions, and that's if you got like 3 more people to play with consistently in your same group, or like COMC. So it's not very great, to be honest, unless you're a huge group player. There's just some really annoying mechanics of this business, I would say, that don't make it too worth it. And yeah, nothing got changed with this business either when it comes to criminal enterprises. The only new stuff of it has to do with you can now do it in invite-only lobbies. They didn't really add anything new for the smuggler run business. It wasn't a business they touched on again. So it's the same as it was from back in like 2017, basically. So it's basically the same from like day 1 of Smuggler's Run. There's not much reason to revisit it, aside from being able to do that stuff in invite-onlys now. Undeniably, though, it's probably your best bet for money making this event, though. When it comes to a money opportunity, it's definitely going to be the best thing you can play, I would say, for what's on double money. But yeah. I think normally at most you can make like 750,000 normally, I think. I don't know. It's like 750 or like 850,000, I think, that you make at most, like, normally on, like, normal money. not counting like the sale bonuses. So I think on double you can make at most like 1.5 to like 1.7 million on this thing, if I recall right. So given all the effort you have to do for 1.5, 1.7 million, it's not the greatest business. Like I said, it's more for group play. And yeah, Ron also takes a cut as well. So Ron will actually take a cut on it, not to mention. But you don't have to pay for the crates, which is the one like positive of the business. Otherwise, it's kind of like the worst business of the game, in a sense. Still good, just hard to recommend it compared to other businesses, though. Where's the San Andreas Flight School icon on here? Maybe mine got replaced with Calprico here, I don't know. Maybe there's no icon for it anymore because of Calprico, but yeah. I'm just gonna hover over here, and it's kind of the best I can think of for an on-screen representation of it. But yeah. There is 2 times money in RP on flight school activities. So yeah. San Andreas Flight School has double rewards through October 5th. And I feel for these days it's not really too good. Back in like 2014, whatever, like mid 2014, whatever, it was actually kind of pretty good. But yeah. It's a very small like side activity kind of that's mainly useful for increasing your flight skill. So if you want to increase your flight school will definitely be the best way to do it. So if you want to get your flying stat up, that's basically the best reason to play it. Otherwise, you might be able to make like a couple to few, like $100,000 at most by doing all of the lessons or something. But it's not very groundbreaking normally, and on double money, it's definitely not going to be that much better. So I would say only do it if you have yet to do it, otherwise kind of a waste. And I think the rest is like the subscription, and then it's the discounts. And then I'll do the Skydives as well. But yeah. I'll go over subscription stuff right now here. But yeah. I already showed off the terabyte. And my main reasons, like I said, for getting it would definitely be to do the like business stuff on the go. Being able to spawn a terabyte on the go to be able to get to your business stuff quicker and whatnot is definitely a pretty nice perk. So they added the ability to go into invite only directly from the actual game and not from having to go to like the creator and whatnot. So they made invite only more accessible, so that kind of remedies the purpose of the terabyte. So perhaps it's not that good of an incentive for the terabyte anymore to be able to do like your business stuff on the go. If you want to stay in the same lobby, then yes, it's absolutely worth it for that still. But invite only is you load into that so quick on 9th gen and kind of 8th gen as well in a way. I remember 8th gen invite only wasn't necessarily too long from creator to invite only. It wasn't necessarily too long. It might have been like a minute tops compared to like the normal session types and whatnot. And then yeah, 9th gen as I show off, that's so damn quick. Also has access to the exclusive client jobs like I mentioned, which normally pay all 30,000, but with the double money on it with the subscription, that'll be like 60,000, which is having quite decent money, given you only have to like do things for like 5-10 minutes for client jobs typically. Something I didn't mention yet is it's the only way you can modify the Oppressor Mark II. Yeah, the Oppressor Mark II. The Oppressor Mark II is one of the most useful weaponized vehicles in the entire game if used correctly, and the only way you can modify that is with a terabyte, so that's a good incentive of getting it. So that's quite a couple amazing reasons to get the terabyte. So definitely don't sleep on it if for some reason you get the subscription. Which no matter what, I'm never going to recommend it personally, but yeah. But yeah, I want to mention something real quick about the weapon workshop on the terabyte. Upgrading weapons to Mark II models using the terabyte's weapon workshop is 35% less than usual for GTA Plus members. So basically you're getting 35% off of Mark II weapon upgrades. So you're getting discounts on the weapon upgrades for the different Mark II weapons. Definitely very nice if you're big on using those different weapon types. Some of the most useful ones I'd probably go to the sniper, and then I would say the pump shotgun, given those are the two that have the like option for explosive rounds. Explosive sniper is definitely a very worthwhile pickup, because your best defense against air vehicles like jets and whatnot. But yeah, explosive sniper can definitely be your best friend when it comes to like taking down jets in the game. If there were like a very annoying like griefer in like a public lobby or something, so that's definitely pretty remedied, I would say, with the invite only style missions now. So regardless, though, definitely very good for different missions and whatnot. Pump Shotgun Mark II, not as good, obviously, being close range and whatnot, but obviously has its uses, no doubt, for the explosive rounds. And then, my favorite Mark II weapon, I would say my favorite one would probably go over to, let me get off here real quick. Yeah, nice ammo bugs, rocks are getting rid of my ammo randomly. Clearly didn't use like a whole fucking sniper rifle. Clearly did not do that, but yeah. The Marksman Rifle Mark II is probably my most favorite weapon upgrade. And that's because if you get the holographic sight on your Mark II, like, Marksman Rifle, you can actually lock on the characters as well. Yeah, normally on the Mark 1, you have to actually use the scope, I believe, but if you get the Mark II, you actually have the option to, like, lock on the Marksman Rifle Mark II. Yeah, that's very damn good. Puts the new precision rifle to shame. Why would you use this fucking thing when the marksman rifle has a better rate of fire? We had this new precision rifle from the latest update. Complete joke because of the weapon right here. That was like well before. So that's a couple of my highest recommendations when it comes to Mark II weapon upgrades. For those that, for some reason, consider getting a subscription. Already talked about client jobs. Couple free nightclub stuff. You're not going to get an. You are not going to get a free nightclub. You're just going to get modifications for free. I'll show what those are if you get the subscription. But yeah, apparently you get free light rig, which is a pure cosmetic. And then you get the cargo storage for free. Apparently it seems to get all of your different cargo storage for free if you get the GTA minus, GTA plus subscription. So I think you still have to pay for these, but these should apparently be free if you have the subscription. And yeah. Next thing here has to do with business battles and whatnot. GTA Plus members can also take advantage of triple nightclub warehouse production speeds. Triple production on the nightclub warehouse production, that's very damn good. Even just a normal production is very good when it comes to making you money, obviously, because nightclub, you don't bother with that pretty much at all. It can pretty much do its own thing unless you choose to do business battles or like the new, like, those new, like, Johan missions are kind of like invite only friendly, like, business battle kind of things. So there's a couple ways it can interact with it, but for the most part, the nightclub can do pretty much anything all by itself in terms of the business side of things. So hot damn, having triple the rate on that must be very good, I imagine. And then, yeah. While successfully pilfering goods in business battles and bringing them back to your nightclub warehouse during the event will result in you accumulating double supplies. So you get 2 times the business goods as well in those business battles, which are the ones you have to be in, like, 3 to 5 player invite only, preferably. But yeah. Recommendation for business battles, you want 3 to 5 players outside of apartments and other buildings that count towards the 3 to 5 players, because that's the best way you can go about business battles, is if you have 3 to 5 players. Reason you don't want 6 or more is because then that will spawn the free mode events, and that reduces the frequency of those business battles. So a 3 to 5 player invite only, I would say the strong suit, like, kind of like recommended amount that you want all outside of like apartments. I'm gonna go back over to the car meet real quick. I want to show a good way to go about the triple production speeds. I could just say it, but I want to kind of show it as well. But yeah, I'll show it, but yeah. If you go into the test track screen where it says enter exit, like the test track, you can actually go AFK in the game, and that will allow you to be in the game even when you're not like using your controller. So as long as you're on the test track screen and your controller does not die, essentially, you can actually be in the game for like as long as you want, even if you don't plan on like playing the game. But yeah, to take the most advantage out of those triple like production speeds on the membership, you want to be on this test track screen, enter exit LS car meet. As long as you are on the screen and your controller does not die, you can stay on the game as long as you want without having to constantly touch your controller every 15 minutes and not get kicked out of the game, essentially. So that's the best way to take advantage of the month-long like triple like production speeds. And it's taking a little over a month as well because it goes till November 2nd, and I think it started on like the 28th of September. So that's the way to take advantage of the triple production. That should be a very powerful moneymaker this time around. Because even at the standard rates, it's very damn good. Because you can like fall asleep with the game on that screen, and then when you wake up, like normally in like 8 to 10 hours of sleep or whatever, 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you can definitely get some pretty good money, even on the standard rates. And yeah, I'll go back to this for a moment, because, yeah, gotta talk about some clothing right now for the membership, and that pretty much finishes it. Halloween costume, clothing, and more. Get fully into the spirit of this season and play online anytime during this event period. I believe that's September 28th through November 2nd for the subscription. So that So that's the event period, is like September 28th through November 2nd for the subscription. And that will get you a mummy outfit, a pumpkin hoodie, and then a grade crack puppet mask. Oh, and you also get the grimy stitched mask as well. And then aside for that, you get your typical like persistent stuff. Typical persistent stuff would be like the CO and like VIP like services. Those get waived. The plus like shark cards. And then I think that's, oh yeah, and then they like 500,000. So yeah, aside for the stuff I previously mentioned, you just get your typical like couple things like the CO services things and whatnot. But yeah, there's definitely some pretty good money stuff I would say this time around on that subscription for the tripled rates. If you go on that test track screen, that's definitely very powerful in there. But yeah, I still don't recommend the subscription though. I'm just saying it's a good money thing regardless. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go for discounts here, and then I will pretty much be it minus the junk Skydives. So there seems to be a set of property stuff, and it has to do with the hangar this time. So I think, for example, this one I believe is the most expensive hangar here. I don't have the most expensive, but I think this is the most expensive. So 40% off seems to get you $1,950,000 for the base price of the most expensive hangar. And if you get one in Fort Zancudo, you do get that low level clearance, which allows you to go inside Fort Zancudo, but you can't just like completely kill the military and stuff. Obviously, then you're going to get in trouble and whatnot. But yeah, I highly recommend Fort Zancudo, any of these three, really, because of that low level clearance for Fort Zancudo. LSIA does come with its own perk, though, as well. And that actually allows you to like spawn your aircraft at LSIA. But yeah, if you get one at LSIA, you can actually spawn vehicles at the like airport there. Because I think if you don't own a hangar, your vehicles like spawn over here and whatnot. But I think if you have a hangar, you can actually spawn stuff right on the like airstrip. So there's kind of a unique little benefit for both of them. But obviously, I recommend Fort Zancudo for that low-level clearance. So it's no longer a like restricted area per se. That's a very huge perk there. And then all the like upgrades and renovations should be on discount as well. So that will be styled, cosmetic lighting, cosmetic floor graphics, cosmetic office furniture, living quarters that will actually allow you to spawn over in your hangar. So definitely get the living quarters so you can spawn at your hangar. Hangar, I definitely would say, is one of the top couple spawns you can choose in the game, given all the different aircraft access you can get access to by spawning out the hangar. Obviously, you want to be able to spawn there if you want to get to your different aircraft as quick as you can in a lobby. So definitely go with that. And in the workshop, obviously, you got the modified vehicles. So if you want to modify your aircraft, definitely get the workshop. Only the like newer ones really let you do much to them. For the most part, pretty much almost every old aircraft, pretty much you can only do like color, simple like respray and stuff. But yeah, for a lot of the newer aircraft, they do require you to own a hangar. So it's a very worthwhile investment. Even though the hangar business side of things isn't good, the aircraft side of things obviously is. Just to own like aircraft in a hangar, that alone makes it a worthwhile purchase, and then for its include a low level clearance. And the living quarters definitely makes it one of the best couple properties in the entire game. So definitely cannot go wrong with a hangar and those renovations for 40% off. And I think all the other discounts are like vehicle discounts, pretty much. Yeah, all the rest of the discounts are vehicles. So I'll go over those. But yeah, first one I think will be the Moonbeam Custom, I think. But yeah, the Moonbeam itself is not on discount, it's the customized example here. So ignore the price down there, nothing changes with that, not that would really be helpful anyways, but yeah. So the Class A Moonbeam Custom customized example here will be 50% off, so you'll be getting half off of your upgrade price here for the Moonbeam Custom. And yeah, that counts as a muscle car class vehicle here. This vehicle is a van, yeah, it's classed as muscle car, which basically says all there needs to know about performance, but I'll still go over performance on roughly 1322's like spreadsheet. But yeah, at best, the Moonbeam Custom is a G tier muscle car. It would probably be an H tier muscle car, but yeah, H tier muscle car, I would say it is now from roughly 1322 spreadsheet. And that would be 48th place in lap time, at least. It's probably in the 50s now for a lap time, and then like 55 for top speed, I would say. Put into account like the criminal enterprise vehicles. So yeah, you're not going to get any good performance. You're just going to want the Moonbeam Custom for the crazy Benny's customizations, as you would expect from most Benny's vehicles. It's pretty much going to be purely customization. Only it seems to have free discounts on it this time. And yeah, starting off is the very first discount, I'm pretty sure, for criminal enterprise content. Though actually the service carbine had like attachments discounted for it last time, like free attachments for the service carbine. But I believe this is the very first vehicle discount for criminal enterprise content for the new updates. I guess the new update stuff will finally start getting put on discount now. But yeah, the Kanata. The Kanata, I kinda don't recommend this one too much, to be completely honest. But yeah, it cannot be weaponized. You're just getting a purely civilian aircraft. The one unique thing about the Kanata is it does not have a tail rotor. It actually has a like system called like Notar or something, which basically like replicates the function of like the tail rotor in the like actual like tailed vehicle. So you won't have like a tail rotor on there, which is kind of pretty cool and unique and whatnot. And the only other thing that's good about it I can think of is that it's the #1 lap time for the helicopter class, according to Bruffy 1322. So it is apparently the new #1 lap time for a helicopter, which means it's the best helicopter if you want to like corner and whatnot. But yeah, the Sparrow I believe is the #1 top speed, and the Sparrow can clearly be like weaponized with like missiles and stuff like that. And on a helicopter, I don't really feel lap time's too important on a helicopter. You mainly want lap time for your like ground vehicles. For an air vehicle, due to how open the air is, though, certainly top speed would be better for an air vehicle, though. So, it's pretty hard to recommend this one, given you only have like 20 hangar slots in the game. Since you can only have 20 hangar vehicles in the game, it's kind of a pass, I would say. So, I don't know, I feel it's more useful than the Howard NX-25 though, which also cannot be like weaponized and stuff, and is not worth the 20 hanger slots. 1 of 20, I would say. I don't know. It's definitely near the bottom, I would say, on what you should prioritize on your like hanger space with the limited 20 slots on it. Unfortunately, they just have not increased the hanger space whatsoever. I don't know, I say it's mostly a hard pass, to be honest.
Something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know. I'll bring it to you.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be all white kids again?
Wasn't a booty call last night. I could come over now.
A gig, I guess. I'm just looking for something more real, you know? I know it's Rockford Hills. It's all good.
I'm telling you, fool, you're doing it wrong. Come
What the fuck? Seriously, how the fuck? How'd that shit fucking happen? Seriously, I was driving and it went like in the fucking ramp. How the fuck? Oh my god, it's the car in the way. Of course.
That is not cool.
Alright. Made it before the last 10 seconds, apparently. Where the timer turns red. That was pretty cool. Anyways, next discount is the Luxor Deluxe. 30% off. So it's 10 million, 7 million. And yeah, it's basically just a golden Luxor of like slight performance increases and whatnot. And the regular Luxor is not that good performance. So it's mainly a status symbol you're purchasing here. So I feel it's only really worth getting as like a Pegasus vehicle. If you want to own all the Pegasus vehicles, that's the one reason to get it. Otherwise, probably a hard pass, I would say. And yeah, regular Swift is 50% off. Instead of like 1.5, 1.6, it's half of those prices there. And yeah, there's regular and flying Bravo versions. But yeah, not much reason to get the Swift when you can get the Swift Deluxe, and that's actually pretty decent performance still, I think. But yeah, Swift Deluxe is... Yeah, the Swift Deluxe is pretty decent performance here. But yeah, the regular Swift, not really much reason to get it when you can get a better performance one over here. It's definitely not worth a hanger slot. Only good reason to get it again would be to get like all the different Pegasus vehicles in the game. And yeah, Dodo is not on discount, just glitched up at the moment. And yeah, I think the rest should be all in war stock, I believe, since all the rest should be aircraft. Yeah, there's 4 on war stock. In war stock, I'll be talking about the weapons. But yeah. Yeah, FH1 Hunter on a trade price instead of 3.1 mil, it's 1,860,000. So you're getting 1,000,000 to 40,000 off, I'm pretty sure here, so that's pretty decent savings on a trade price. And yeah, you get like a co-pilot cannon that only the like passenger can be in, and that's like an explosive cannon, which is kind of nice.
them wheels? I can bring them round. It's on the way.
What a fucking joke you are!
God, whatever.
That is that's a nice car. You must be really secure.
Alright, minute 59 second. One minute 59 seconds here.
Dios mío!
Alright, under 146, nice. Be a little over 13 seconds. Not shocking, it was like the #1 top speed in the whole entire game right now. On this HSW vehicle here for the Vizgero ZX HSW. But yeah. The regular time travel is a little bit annoying though, given fucking like ramp and stuff. You have to make sure there's not like a vehicle that's gonna get in your way. But yeah, that kinda comes down to luck and whatnot. Like my first run of trying to get off the fucking ramp, my fucking vehicle was like going in it somehow, which was really fucking weird on a like ramp going down to like the road on the regular time travel. So yeah. Regular time travel can actually be a little bit annoying at the start, but once you basically get like down there and whatnot successfully and whatnot, it could be very smooth sailing from there. Not much really to say for HSW. HSW is definitely the easiest set of time travels in the entire game. Besides for what I already said there. But anyways, back to FH1 Hunter. But yeah. They changed the co-pilot weapon in this game, unfortunately, compared to 3D universe of Grand Theft Auto games. It was like a chain gun that wasn't explosive with like good rate of fire and whatnot. But yeah, co-pilot gun is basically like the Valkyrie cannon, but it's like better rate of fire, I think, for the co-pilot gun. Yeah, it's actually pretty good though. especially given it's an armored helicopter in comparison to the Valkyrie, which is not an armored helicopter. That's a very good co-pilot weapon if you manage to have a second person to like seat there. So that co-pilot gun is very awesome. And yeah, has regular and then it has barrage missiles. And unlike most weaponized helicopters, you can have both the regular and the barrage missiles at the same time. In fact, I think this is one of the only like newer like helicopters where you don't actually like buy the weapons for the most part, and pretty much all of them are like already on the vehicle. So yeah, unlike most of the newer vehicles, the weapons are like already on there for the most part. Minus the bombs, I think you still have to purchase like the bombs on it. Doesn't come with the bombs, but yeah. I think you have bombs on it as well, which is nice. It's basically like the most weaponized helicopter in the entire game. Definitely cannot go wrong with it. Very fun returning helicopter from the 3D immersive Grand Theft Auto games. Very high recommendation here. Very good money-making vehicle in the game. Can definitely make you a lot of money in return. Something definitely not as good though would be the RM10 Bombushka. This thing is really not going to be making you your money back, I would say. But yeah, on a trade price, instead of like 4,450,000, it's like 2,892,000. So you're getting almost 2 million savings on the trade price here. Very nice. And yeah. Pretty sure this thing has bombs on it, but it's only like a typical like 50 amount of bombs or whatever. I think the only aircraft that has more than 50 bombs, I think, goes to like the volatile year or something. That was like 100 or something. But yeah. For a big plane, I feel 50 bombs is kind of underwhelming, to be honest. A positive, though, with the bombs, though, is because it's a slower plane, you might be able to hit things easier, kind of, but at the same time, you're a huger target, obviously. And yeah. Explosive resistance, this thing has, like, bare minimal explosive resistance. If you could take like 3 explosive sniper rounds and stuff, it's not that impressive basically for the explosive resistance department. But I'm pretty sure like pretty much all the big planes for the most part are pretty disappointing. This one's like no exception here. You can get JATO thrust on it, which is nice because that'll let it take off pretty well. Because yeah, good luck taking off of this thing without the JATO thrust. And yeah. Aside for bombs, I think it basically has like 3 explosive cannons. One in like the back of the plane, one on like the nose, and then just one on like the bottom of the plane or something, I forget, for like the 3 different like explosive guns. I think it's kind of like the MOC's like weaponry and like the Avenger weaponry kind of on the like Bombushka. But I think I heard there's like a glitch with the like guns where I think I heard there's like a glitch with like the camera on the guns where like the cameras on the like weapons aren't as good anymore. So yeah. This barely provides anything that worthwhile. This vehicle's not very... This vehicle barely provides anything all that worthwhile, I would say, no doubt. I think you used to be able to put vehicles in the back, like you could put like the post-op vans and like the MC cell missions and stuff in the back. But apparently they fixed it up and like patched it and stuff, and I think there might be like an invisible wall or something that prevents you putting vehicles in the back of it. And yeah, a little preview of the rest of the discounts, but yeah. I actually think it's on Elitist, but If you want to put vehicles in the back of something, I think you can still do that on the Titan. But yeah. If you want to put vehicles in the back of a plane, I think you can still do that on the Titan, but I think they ended up like patching that for the Bombashka, because I guess they didn't want people putting like sale vehicles in there and then get like the post-op vans done quicker and whatnot, is what people would do. I think I hear if you don't do like certain modifications, you can still do that. But for the most part, I think they patched the ability, unfortunately, to put vehicles inside, which is unfortunate, which is kind of dumb, in my opinion. Like, just looking at it, it should be a fucking cargo plane as well, kind of. But if you want to put vehicles in the back, I think you can still do that with the Titan if you purchase one and put one in the hangar. Because you have to have one in the hangar, I think, to open like the doors and whatnot. Because I think you can only do that with personal aircraft. So this one's kind of... If you don't want to get all the weaponized vehicles, it's definitely a pass, I would say. But I would just get it just to get all the different weaponized vehicles. I think it's kind of worth one of 20 slots, to be honest. But yeah. On a trade price, the V65 Molotov is like 3.6 million right now, 2,520,000. 1,080,000 in savings, definitely pretty nice. But yeah. V65 Molotov has machine guns and then it has missiles. I don't think it has bombs on it though. I don't think it has bombs. So that's probably the one thing it lacks is bombs, but bombs aren't really super useful per se unless you're at like low altitudes, I feel anyways. So if you're at high altitudes, apparently there's like a chance that the like bombs like despawn or something. I mean that's the issue in the game. If you're like quite high altitude, bombs can like despawn or something. Something like that from what I've heard. But yeah. Just your typical like machine guns and like missiles on a plane. And like it's a plane, it's a very good plane, so it can be pretty decent for grinding. Not as good of a grinding vehicle as the Hunter. So if you had to choose one between the Hunter and the Molotov, I would say the Hunter. The Molotov is such a damn good vehicle as well. Something interesting about the Molotov is it can actually land in pretty good spots as well, actually. So like if you're in a very tight situation where you need to like land your plane for some reason, Molotov can land pretty easily in like a lot of tight spaces, which you wouldn't expect the plane to be able to do. So that's a kind of unique purpose of the Molotov. It's a very good grinding plane for like smuggler run, like business and stuff like that, so totally worth picking up though if you got a lot of money to spend, just like the Hunter. Tula, I would say, is not as useful as the Molotov and the Hunter. Kinda. But I definitely say the Tula is better off than the Bambushka, definitely. But yeah. Tula has access to machine guns on the front. And it starts with one weapon on the back there, it looks like, for a machine gun, but I think you can make it like a dual machine gun on the back there as well. Has 5 seating capacity, which is nice. So like 4 can go in the actual plane, and then there's like the back gunner, basically. Has a VTOL capabilities, which means it can go. But yeah. Has vertical takeoff and landing VTOL, which means it can take off like a plane and a helicopter as well. And it's amphibious too, which means it can land in the water. But I think it's the only vehicle with VTOL capabilities that can also go in the water, which is a pretty unique usage, I would say, for it. It's kind of a niche usage, but definitely a pretty nice use nevertheless. And yeah, savings almost around as good as this one here, basically. So you're definitely getting a little over $1 million in savings on the trade price. But yeah, this can be a pretty okay vehicle here for amphibious missions. If you're not careful with this one though, you can actually damage it though, I believe, for this amphibious vehicle. The engine is actually kind of sensitive on this one though, so be careful if you do use it for certain amphibious missions. The most foolproof amphibious vehicle would probably be the Sea Breeze, so if you're using like a plane for the amphibious capabilities mainly, then maybe the Sea Breeze would be better than Tula in terms of amphibious capabilities. This one's a little bit better in the weapon department than the Sea Breeze, definitely no. And has an extra like couple seats as well. And as VTOL. So it can be an okay grinding plane, but just... And yeah. I think this one can have bombs as well, just no missiles, unfortunately. But yeah. No missiles on it now, so it kind of ruins the grinding. But yeah, no missiles kind of ruins the grinding capabilities on this, no doubt. But just because it's amphibious and VTOL, it's the only one that can do both, I believe. Obviously, unique money-making capabilities there, kind of. I think that's pretty much going to be it, I think, for the discounts. There's 4 here. The Freon Elitist. The Moonbeam Custom, and then it was the Jester Classic. Those are the 9 different discounts. 4 here, Free Elitist. The 1 Benny's, and then the 1 on like Legendary. Whatever. So that should be all the discounts. So now it's time to do the jump parachuting finally in the first 2 hours here. Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of slow with this shit. Not gonna lie. See, I'm not the greatest talker and shit, so kind of slow. To be fair, there's also lots of stuff to talk about in each event. Yeah, I'll go in number order, so I'll start there. And yeah, it's like a gold medal system or something, and I'm gonna try to get all 10 gold medals. And yeah, there's that like shoot bag you can unlock. Not sure if you only have to do 1 or if you have to get like all 10 gold medals for like the day or something to get all the junk like parachute. I feel it would make sense that you would have to get all 10 as like gold medals per day to get the parachute bag, whatever. Feel that would make sense. But obviously I'll find that out when I play through it and whatnot. There's a thing over here, apparently. That's a drug vehicle, looks like, okay. think, right? Otherwise it won't lock on. Let me also go away from it, because if it's a drug vehicle, it gets off of the map and whatnot if you're far. Yeah, it's not an export vehicle, otherwise it would still be on the map. And again, it wouldn't lock onto export vehicle on invite only, because no one else in the lobby and whatnot could be in the export vehicle. Yeah, somewhere here is the first one I'm trying to do. And yeah, there's these like little boofings basically that you have to find for the junk energy, like Skydives. And that's the shoot bag right there. Pretty cool looking shoot bag. Time starts when you get out here, it looks like. You gotta be kidding me, that's bullshit. Every time it restarts. Hold. Yeah, it looks like that restarts thing good. There's on Greenwood too, that looks like it's cool. I have to restart again. Oops. Apparently. The benefits and the parachuting much. Your actual character has to go in there too, and like, it's actually not as easy as I was thinking at the start. So start right away with the point of the sun. Might be the intention. There's the blue one, which requires you to get out of the parachute and whatnot. Revolve for blue ones. So you have to use the reserve parachute for the blue ones and whatnot. Oh, I might have to restart. No. Yeah. Not having an easy time here, apparently. I like that they use the reserve parachute here now. It's nice cut. So yeah, story mode did not, because the reserve parachute didn't exist at the beginning of the game. It was added for like the flight school update on reserve parachutes, so story mode didn't use that. Some of the online parachuting stuff did though. For the ones that you go into separate lobbies for. Probably gonna fail it here too. Bruh. Man, I gotta get used to this shit. And yeah, that might be a better start. Come on. Might be doing that too early, I don't know. think last time I kind of waited for the like legs to be on the way past the checkpoint. I might want to wait a bit longer than. Okay, I might go try it now. And I missed it again, Jesus. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna mess that up there. I mean, you have to be pretty accurate on these checkpoints. I'm used to the checkpoints being pretty lenient with as long as they're like near the mechanical and like, some races and stuff. It's when you have to be pretty precise on those, like, and slowly but surely, hopefully I'll be getting it. And yeah, last time I kind of waited till like the gray line there to deploy it, so I'll wait a bit longer, maybe kind of halfway for just straight on there. Okay, here I'll try it again. Oh, I got it. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too late. Might get it. I got it. Might have to be down here a bit. Alright, going pretty good now. Alright. Lost the air checkpoint, so excited, and I'm gonna land on the ground. And got it. Oh, you only have to do one for the shoot bag. Okay, looks like got 5,000 there. But apparently you unlocked the extra shoot bag after just one. And there it is. So that's another DLC shoot bag. After the coil one. After so many fucking years, basically. Got a medal on all of them for bonus reward. I'm gonna see you aircraft. Because I probably have to constantly recall the Sparrow. I'm not big on doing that. Okay, what the fuck spawn was this shit? Well, okay, I need the Hero one there next. No, Dave. L9, which Dave, I'm doing that shit right now. got like an ATV next to it too, that's cool. Even has a junk energy load too, that's cool. Right, 150 this time. Yeah, that one's kind of far to start, so I had to deploy it soon. Oh shit. Almost forgot what button to do there. Almost fucked that up, I almost forgot what button to do there, god damn it. And yeah, for those that didn't parachute for a while, as it says on the screen, you want to do both the bumpers for the precise lands, for the precise landings. Holy shit. From the whole roller coaster. But yeah, as long as you land in the whole circle, apparently you get the gold medal basically and whatnot. They seem pretty easy as long as you don't like mess up during the free fall. Free falling is probably the hardest part, I would say.
Claro, vamos a tomarnos unas copitas esta noche. That's for sure. Bueno, mi vieja me tiene hasta la madre. Y lo peor es que cada vez está más gorda.
I haven't done Tai Chi all month.
You okay? You're telling me.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, for reason Mount Juliet on mission. Alright, this one's a parachute. So it's like the ones from story mode where they're like a parachute in the ground. Or they're floating in midair, I guess. This one's only 5. 1 minute 10. Very easy one here. You can free fall for like the first 2 of them. No free fall this time, I guess. For blue checkpoints. Okay, you can still free fall for like the first 2 of them. That's only the easiest one so far.
Hey there!
Right, number 4 is over there. Not the Grapeseed airstrip. Yeah, that's the export vehicle. Not gonna do it though. Wanna get rid of these Skydives. No, it's not right now. Alright, 2 minute 50. Longest one so far. Fuck. there it goes. Am I gonna make this one? Yikes. Maybe not, yikes. Come on. I counted, apparently I could good. So where did what I'm actually. I missed? Uh-oh. Seems I might be able to do it this time. At least. Yeah. God damn, that is way too much challenge time. Not challenge at all, it's not challenge time. Okay, 817. So I'm actually kind of pretty decent for RP, which is kind of nice. Right. Might be at like the construction site or something. If it is at the construction site, hopefully it's not as annoying as that one in story mode that requires it going to the top of the fucking, like, construction, like, tower thing, whatever the fuck. Whatever it's called. Hopefully it doesn't require you going on like a crane or whatever the hell, if it is in the construction area. But yeah, if it is in the construction area, hopefully it's not in like the, on top of the crane or something. That would definitely suck ass. But if it is for any reason, then I kind of know a strategy to hard to say, honestly, if it is. Because it's kind of looking like it could be, I don't fucking know, man. And online you have like the secure reserve helicopters, so you could kind of take the risk of parachuting on there, I guess. Unlike story mode where you would have to get like a whole new chopper, like with your actual character and shit. I could see that being a chunk energy kind of thing where they would like make you fucking go on the fucking crane or some shit. Yeah, they did that in story mode after all, I believe, where they make you go on the crane over one. That one's the fucking bitch. Kind of. Fucking. They're simpletons, they put it at the pillar, of course. Honestly, I wouldn't have minded it as much as other people probably would have if there was one on the fucking crane, but. Yeah. I don't know, I'm kinda glad, but. Still, I wouldn't have minded having to go on the crane. It actually takes you to the crane, it's cool. I can't record a helicopter right now, damn it, sucks. 40 seconds, 6 checkpoints apparently. Oh. This one seems kinda crazy, not gonna lie. Again? Yeah, right. Bullshit, that was literally like right there. Oh my god, whatever. This one's so easy. Once you get the start going, it's pretty easy from there. Yeah, once you start it, it's pretty easy. As long as you can get that first checkpoint. Oh, what a, oh my god, I killed me. Of course I did. Fucking game. Oh, bitch. Fucking game with a little fucking bitch ball. God damn. Yeah, I should go ahead and go on a helicopter now. Because this one actually went pretty much next to the starting point. Because some of them do, not all of them though. Clearly. Alright, not far from my agency. It seems to be in number 6. Maybe or just in case, I guess. Up on top of the building or something? I guess. Okay, yeah, it's in the skate park section. Not section. Or not session, whatever. I think that is a session, I mean section. It's in the skate park section here. Okay, easy free falling one there. I'm not swearing to play here. Didn't want to risk any further much. Alright, pretty easy one. There's a lot of dissension at the early part. So you can rack up a lot of speed. Okay, free fall here. Oh, okay. I think I'm good here still, I would think. I just might zigzag, try to hopefully be more safe. Okay, got it, nice. Easy one here, it looks like, and last time I'm about to descend too early, so. Okay, cool, that worked, fun. And the burping thing, done though. I didn't even pass my game, fuck you a little bit. No, I'm not past the fucking game. Oh, not retire, fuck, I swear I pressed it one more fucking time, this game is just too dumb. Yeah, I was kind of confusing my menus down, and maybe that was me then. Maybe that was my fault then. I swear I pressed it one time and the game didn't fucking do it. I swore I pressed it one time and the game just did not do it. Of course not. Alright, 7 is like the typical like helipad like that story mode helipad where Michael and Franklin purchased their like helipads. That helipad from story mode, basically. What? That's totally possible in free fall. Feel it. Or maybe not, I don't know. Fucking know. Shit. Right, there it is. Wasn't gonna risk the bird one there. It's definitely not gonna risk that bird one there, no doubt. Oh shit, what the fuck? I didn't realize it's down here. Still got it though, yeah. Still seem kinda fine, I think. I just could make it one a bit better there, but yeah. But I definitely could have won a good bit better there, not that. Not much of a way down, I can tell at least. From here, at least. Try going down from here now, I guess. Okay, that was a pretty light fall again. Right, but ammunition Air Force and Kudo, it looks like. It definitely looks like it's by the ammunition by Fort St. Kudo area. Definitely. I was still in as well, what the fuck? Barely even fucking. I have to deploy the right way here again. This is like other times. This team is after. This teams have to deploy almost instantly there. This teams have to deploy pretty instantaneously there, no doubt. That's my fucking throat keeps messing my stains up and shit. I got hit pretty smoothly there. Definitely can free fall there, if you don't know down. There's no way that cannot be collected during free fall. I imagine I can definitely come during free fall there. We're just trying to do as fast as possible. I think I can be free fall and no down on that one checkpoint. Like that. Unless if I could maybe possibly a car or something, I'm not gonna lie. Unless I kind of feel like I could hit a car there and I don't. God damn, I keep wanting to call the fucking. Yeah, god damn it, dude. Keep wanting to call the fucking Sparrow, but. Yeah, I keep wanting to call that damn Sparrow, I keep forgetting that it's still out and whatnot. Alright. Not far from those Dumpos Customs in that one area in there since speed number 9. But yeah. Yeah, I wonder if any of these like cool courses, like, I wonder if any of these like cool fucking like challenge things could actually be like free falled entirely. That'd be pretty cool, but I highly doubt it, unfortunately. What would be cool if there's at least one that's designed to be able to be free falled entirely. So far, I haven't really found that's been possible, no. I feel like most typically like checkpoints can be free falled at most, kind of typically. Which isn't too bad, but still. Yeah, here it is. It's by this like city park area. It looks like here. Damn, can't see the world records apparently. But you cannot see world records on here, it looks like, apparently. They almost world records, like, modded or something in some cases, it is, yeah. Feel most people mod their fucking, like, world records and shit anyways. So, when there is world records, I feel they're pretty much impossible times in the first place. So, don't necessarily miss it too much, but it would have been kind of cool if they kept track of a world record on here to be consistent with the other types of stuff in the game. Okay, don't want to risk any longer. Definitely not. Oh wow, and it's like where the other one is basically, and that's pretty cool. It's kind of cool to take the land next to the other ones sometimes. This is pretty much where the other one was, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, now it's there again. Or it was. Okay, now it's running and kinda. Now that kinda touched door there. Wow, that took a while to spawn in again, apparently. Maybe because it was kinda still in the process of ending the other one, maybe? Maybe that's why. Okay, I think I can unregister now, pretty much. Eight, yes, 9, yes, and then just 10. Yeah, 1 jack, 9 jack. Alright, last one's by Eclipse Towers. And yeah, no story mode, definitely has one there. Yeah. Speaking of story mode, I really wish there was like a feature similar to story mode where like they added like new like helicopter spawns around the map like this. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, would have been cool if it was like story mode where you actually like hop into the helicopter and then you also have like an option of stealing like the civilian like helicopter, albeit it wouldn't be too fast and stuff. Would have been a nice spawn convenience for more aircraft if they did like story mode where there was like all different like helicopters across the map, at least for certain ones that it makes sense for. In like more open areas, like not like the construction one maybe, for example, and then kind of on this one. It would have been cool if they spawned more helicopters across the map instead of like doing it for the parachute and like the like whatever little like box kind of shit they do. Would have been cool to have more spawn convenience on helicopters like story mode did. Yeah, this one puts you on top of here too, that's cool. Yeah, damn. Damn, 5 checkpoints, 45 seconds, and be balling on this one, I would think. Okay, I cannot free ball this one, I imagine. Oh well, that's gonna be a redo. Okay, yeah. Okay. Now I know that I wasn't really able to be free balled into the second one, which I should have known from the start, and then I was much more prepared there. Well, I accidentally did the smoke there, that's cool. Oh shit. That's why I end with a bang here. Doing parachute smoke. Oh. Let me. No, I fucked. Shit. 50,000. What? No, god damn it, man.
Who do you think you're pushing around, cowbro?
Hopefully. If I was like 150,000, hopefully it's possible still get the extra. Fucking god damn it. Fucked. It's having too much fun there. With the smoke. I don't usually use the cross button when I'm doing that shit, god damn it. And yes, it's cross because it's shaped on PlayStation. Screw anyone who calls it X, it's clearly not X, it's cross. Yeah, I kinda screwed that one up, god damn it. Did I respawn that? Whatever. Maybe for the better, I don't know. Okay, let me actually do it properly this time. Oh yeah, that's why I already spawned in like on the menu. That's why I kinda fucked up last time, that's alright. Yeah, that's why I fucked up, because I go in the interactive menu and then they spawned the helicopter. And I was also going around with the parachute. The parachute smoke, I was fucking around with it, so that didn't help me at all. Quite the opposite, in fact. But yeah, got another 100,000 there, so. But yeah. That was for all gold medals. I don't know if there was a different track on that one earlier, but whatever. Hate getting nothing but gold, to be honest. Fuck getting anything other than gold. All those shits were easy as fuck. Benji, all of them became easy as hell, to be honest. I might try to make it to the export vehicle, I don't know. Not sure if it's gonna happen though. Not sure if it's gonna deactivate somehow. Yeah, I'll probably end the stream unless I find another export vehicle and then like going for them. I don't know. But yeah, not gonna lie, I feel that's some of the like funnest like side activities they've ever released in this game. To be honest, I really like those parachute things they did. But yeah, that's cool. They actually put like parachuting into free mode. It's actually pretty fun. I like that they used to reserve parachuting. That's definitely some of the funnest features of parachuting in the game. So very glad they used a lot of free falling and like reserve parachutes. Kind of would have been fun if there was like 2 like free falling like checkpoints at least in one of them. That would have been cool. I was a little disappointed that it went to like free fall to like a regular checkpoint for like the rest of the thing. Would have been cool if they had like 2 in a row at least. But yeah, Karen Kuruma, apparently. A vehicle that was accidentally made bulletproof in the Los Santos tuners, but was fixed in contract. Funnily enough now, the Sterling GT has that same issue now, where Sterling GT is a completely bulletproof vehicle, pretty much. The funnier part about Sterling GT is that one has that HSW upgrade on the 9th gen version that I'm playing right now. So yeah, funny thing is Sterling GT, it's the same thing right now for the Sterling GT, since they got new modifications and stuff, like the Greenwood did in Los Santos tuners. It's way more useful on the Sterling GT, given the HSW on 9th gen. Oh shit. Surprised I had Alien and Bop or some shit. I was distracted talking my DualSense and shit. No, I popped him out. The fuck did I pop one there? What the fuck? No. Move on, go. Move on. Damn agency just got that dude 20,000 because of these long ass streams. Nice. Kinda why I do the streams and stuff. Because it's helpful for my other shit. My passive shit. Honestly, not gonna lie, maybe these exports are actually better than the parachuting, since they get 20,000 per one, and it doesn't take long either. But yeah, honestly, I feel the Junk Energy Skydives is definitely one of the better, like, side content they've added into the game in, like, a long time. Or altogether, even. It's pretty cool having parachuting integrated to free mode. Can you even do the parachuting anymore? No. I think they did take it out at one point, but I think they brought it back because it was like needed for like a trophy, like achievement or whatever. I think it's needed for like a trophy achievement to parachute, so I think that's why those are in there still. I think at one point they did remove them, like vaulted them and whatnot. But yeah, it's basically the evolution of like the old like parachuting, having it in free mode now, as it kind of maybe should have been the whole entire time. I feel they could have done those old ones in free mode. Would be cool if they reworked, but yeah. Would be cool if they could have reworked those previous like parachutings and like implement them into free mode. That'd be really cool. But I expect those will just stay in the pause menu, unfortunately. Would be cool if you could access like all those like older ones in free mode too. That'd be actually pretty awesome. Would give the game a whole new thing of fresh air, like fresh life and shit if it was to manage to like rework all the parachuting in free mode now. I think those are definitely some of my favorite side content in the game. Besides for like the exporting, obviously exporting is pretty cool because you get that tuner rep and shit. Definitely my favorite free roam, but yeah. Definitely my favorite thing they added in the free roam with like free mode of the game with the criminal enterprise update. Definitely my favorite feature of the update they added to free mode in particular, at least. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I think of saying when it comes to all this. They were definitely pretty damn fun. And yeah, now the online has been over 9 years old. Or over 9 years, by the way. October 1st was the 9-year anniversary of GTA Online. So yeah, 9-year anniversary of GTA Online, October 1st it was. Did the stream on the 2nd though. Didn't really super care to play on the 1st. Plus Pokemon Go and fucking Go fucking Battle Day, fucking Master League and Master League Premiere on October 1st, so I just tuned that shit for like 6 fucking hours because of 100 battles and it takes like 6 fucking hours on Pokemon Go. And that shit ruined my fucking ranking and shit on fucking Go Battle League on Pokemon Go, cause I was like 2,200, but I got reduced to like fucking 1,900. I think I saw on Twitter someone went from like 2,800 to like 1,900 though or some shit. And they were like expert. It was pretty funny and shit. Cause my Twitter and shit probably listens to my fucking conversations to myself and shit. With them suggested tweets and shit. It must be, considering that they're always kind of what I like see and whatnot. It's kind of cool that Twitter can actually like recommend shit like that, but creepy at the same time and shit. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this stream. Might have a Red Dead Online stream next, because I might be getting stuff soon. I hear they might bring back a like Halloween like Outlaw Pass as well. But yeah, Red Dead Online event might happen next actually. And I hear they might bring back Outlaw like Pass 2, like Halloween Pass 2 or something. They might bring that back for Red Dead Online. Which would actually make the game pretty interesting again, aside for the new, like, telegram things and whatnot. So I don't know, maybe there could be something pretty interesting for Red Dead Online, kind of, for those that didn't experience the Halloween Pass 2, I guess. Oh yeah, rip fucking Google Stadia, apparently. But yeah, Google Stadia is shutting down in fucking January. Yeah, apparently Google Stadia shuts down in fucking January, apparently. So there's a couple months left of Stadia, I guess. Feel bad for the Red Dead Online characters stuck on Stadia, because I don't know if there's a transfer system. From my ear, there's not really a transfer system as far as I understand, so the Stadia accounts might be getting deleted on Red Dead Online, because there's a Stadia version of it. Or Google Stadia. And that's kind of all the stuff I can think of talking about right now that's Rockstar related. That's like super like official and like confirmed and shit. At least. That's finally be it for this stream. Hope you enjoyed.